Hello, hello, hello. You're tuning into another episode of TheWunderkindShow. Today's second topic, gone but not forgotten. So, a lot of times when you're doing stuff like this, certain people get overlooked. And I think that because they get overlooked at times based on what we're talking about, the message conveyed sometimes goes over some people's heads, or it rubs them the wrong way, or it doesn't hit the way that I want it to hit. You understand? It's what it is. You know what I mean? But I always like to clarify everything that I say. And what I mean is gone but not forgotten is Rashod Bateman. Look, and I'm going to be very particular in what everything I say when it comes to this man. He is the number one receiver on this team. I want everyone to know that. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Good. So here's the thing. He's still rehabbing, trying to come back. That's what he's doing. I was looking at, I follow him. So there was something that he had posted saying, still grinding, still working hard when nobody notices. Well, yeah, because that's what he's doing. He's laying low key, and he's trying to get back to the Bateman that we think he is. Now, here's the thing. When I bring up Zay Flowers, when I bring up OBJ, when I bring up Mark Andrews, it's not without thinking of a Bateman. I've already specifically stated that I believe Bateman is not going to start the season 100%. I feel like he is going to be eased into the lineup, and they're going to do it because if OBJ starts off the season at 100%, which I feel like they're going to ease him into it. Also, I feel like they're going to slowly ramp OBJ up to it. I don't think he's going to start the year off 180% ready. I don't think so. I could be wrong. I could be 100% wrong. But I would rather them be careful with both of them. I already know what OBJ is. He's spectacular. His name is The Catch because he probably had the most exciting catch in the history of the National Football League. You get where I'm coming from? So it's one of those things where we already know what we got in him. With Bateman, we've seen the flashes. I would rather them become 100% healthy than come back, even if it's the third or fourth game of the season, and then ball out. That's the logical thing to do. Why? Because you got Zay, you got Aguilar, you got guys that can hold down the fort for 2 or 3 games while those two absolute dogs get ready to take off in this offense. But that's where I'm at when it comes to it. Bateman is an integral piece of this offense, and I've been speaking this forever. I truly do believe that Bateman has the capability of being like a Stephon Diggs. When I watch him play, that's who he reminds me of. He reminds me of like a faster Stephon Diggs. But he has to remain healthy enough to be that. You know what I mean? And with the changes that the Ravens made, we are hoping that those changes result in him being able to stay on the field more often. And look, Zay is going to be a star in this offense. One way or another. They're going to use him everywhere. Slot, outside, X, Z, whatever you want to say. They're going to use him in punt returns, kick returns. They're going to be placing that young man everywhere. There might be times where he's lined up in the backfield because I really feel like they're going to creatively use him like a piece on a chessboard, always looking to make the most of a mismatch because he is a yak demon. That's what he is. He's a yak demon. YACD? A yakadu. A yakadu. Yo, that bars. Hey, if you hear anybody saying out the way, he's a yakadu. He's a yakadu, bro. Anybody who's a yak demon, that's a yakadu. But yo, listen, I'm dead serious. I don't want anyone to heard that before. No, you haven't. Y'all better make sure y'all hold it down for the Wunderkind Show, bro. That's 100% Wunderkind. But that's what he is. He's able to get in and out of his breaks excessively fast. And he's able to make the most of every blade of grass. Now, where does that go with Bateman? Bateman is going to be the outside threat. I feel like they're probably just going to say, look, you're going to be the X, and you're going to line up there, and everybody else will move around and let Bateman, just eat. And if it's one-on-one, sideline, toe taps, going deep, whatever. That's what I see him using. But I've never once forgotten about Rashod Bateman. I respect his hard work, his dedication to his craft. I think the guy can absolutely play the game at the highest of high levels. I think he has great hands. I think he has amazing speed. I think he has creme de la creme quickness. That part is what separates him, his quickness. For a guy that's about 6'1", his ability to be as shifty as he is at that size, and then to get into a break and then just go. It's amazing. But all he has to do is stay healthy. And that's what it is. I have not forgot about Rashod Bateman at all, and I will not forget about him. I think he's going to be a star in this league. We've seen guys, be a little bit hurt and then turn the league on its head. So, and I just hope, I'm hoping that he's one of those guys, because that's all we can do is hope. But I truly believe he's going to be one of those guys. I think given the opportunity, he's going to turn the league on its head, and I'm all here for it. So, when I talk about these guys, when I say the Holy Trinity and whatever else like this, it's because Odell is the face of this offseason. As much as we signed Lamar and everything, the big signing, the big splash move that they made was signing OBJ. And let's not act like it wasn't. Of course, the biggest move for the team was re-signing Lamar, but the biggest offseason splash was getting OBJ. And a lot of eyes are going to be on how well he plays. Can he stay on the field? Can he stay healthy? How well is he still running? You know what I mean? And I think all those things will be mitigated and properly encompassed in his game by also building a rapport with Lamar. Because everybody knows, no matter how talented a receiver you are, because we've seen it with Randy Moss when he was on the Raiders. If you don't have a connection with that quarterback, you don't got nothing. That receiver and it just won't work. You need to have a connection with the guy throwing you the ball, and the quarterback has to have a connection with the guy who's receiving the ball. And Bateman has practiced with Lamar. I feel like he's going to be a little rusty maybe, but I think that they're going to slowly ramp him up. And I know that there's going to be extra throwing sessions after practices, before practices, because that's how Lamar Jackson is built. Make no mistake about it. He wants the best, and he's going to do that. To get the best, he's not scared to work. He's not scared to put in the time. A lot of people want the best, but they're not putting in the time. They're not disciplined enough to put in the time. He is. That's another reason I'm not worried about Bateman. Because I know Lamar is going to put in the extra time that is needed to get him on pace to be the player that we think and believe that he is. So for everybody wondering and asking, because look, I'm gonna be real with you. That's what I do here. I'm in tune with you guys. If you guys have a question, I'm gonna answer it. If you're like, hey, what about Rashod Bateman? I've been bringing up Bateman. I think he's gonna be great. I just think that they're going to slowly ramp him up for the season. It's not just going to be them dropping him into it and be like, go. No, because you want him to be healthy. OBJ and Bateman, it's not so much at the beginning of the season that you need them. It's for the home stretch where you need them. It's in the postseason where you need them. And I think if we have them in the postseason and stuff, I think the Baltimore Ravens take home the Lombardi this year, a.k.a. the Lombardi. But shout outs to Bateman. Hopefully he's healing quickly and well. And like I said before, I know that this team's going to get him ready to play. So shout outs to him. You already know it's going to be good. And like I said, once he is there, that wide receiver room, not the boom boom room, we going to call them the zoom zoom room. But that's another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you all for watching. You know how we get down. We have fun and we crack jokes, but everything we talk about is rooted in what? Facts and truth. Please do remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. You know I love them. Just be respectful when you leave them, and we're good. All right? And if you would like to donate to help this channel grow, bottom of the screen is a QR code. That's in the CashApp. That's how we do donations. And you can find it in the description of every video that we do. And the name of it is The Wunderkind Show. Also available is the Patreon. You want behind the scenes access, sweepstakes, fantasy football. That's how you do it. So go out there, you know what I'm saying, donate and become a patron. It's great. I'm telling you, there's a lot to it. All right. But once again, this is another episode of The Wunderkind Show. This show's Nitro signing off. And as always, you guys know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Yerp.